Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and for today's video I'll be showing how to make the dress from the thumbnail or the one showing on the screen right now. So for this, the first thing I will do will be to take out my under bust measurement, my shoulder to under bust measurement. Next thing I'm going to do will be to take out the waist measurement, and for this I add 3 inches and then I mark out my waist measurement. Then the next thing I'll do is take out my shoulder measurement. Then I'll come down on the shoulder area by 1 inch. So the neck area for this, I'm going to use 3 inches. So I'm just going to mark this out. Then, so this neck area is going to be a V-neck, and I want it to go all the way down to 10 inches. So I'm just going to mark out the V here. So if you don't want yours this deep, you can reduce the neck, you can reduce the depth of the neck measurement. So from this point here, I'm going to mark out my chest line, which is 7. So for this, I'll take out the ½ inch here. I'll measure the half and then come in by 0.5 inch for them to meet. So that should help me draw out the curve for my armhole. So now I've already connected this line with a curved row. Then I'm going to mark out my shoulder to nipple area. So for this now, for me to get the the midpoint of this dress, the waist area of this dress, from this point here where I marked out, I'm going to join it to the under bust measurement here. So this is what I have now. So this is what I have for this dress. Now for the midpoint of this, I want it to be pretty long for 15 inches. So my paper was not enough, then I decided to attach a little bit more paper at the bottom. So for this, I want this middle side to come down by 14 inches, which I have marked here now, and I want the side to be as wide as 5 inches, and I've also marked that here. So now I'm just going to connect it together again, so it gives me the curve that I want. So this is what I have for the middle area. Now I'll go on to mark out my body circumferences on this and then join it together. So the thing with this is this dress does not even have a dart on the waist area, so I'm just going to put out the shape line. So on my round bust area, which is this point, I am just going to mark out the circumference for my round bust. Then I'll go in and add, I want a 2-inch allowance, so this is where it's going to be. For my under bust, which is 8 here, then I'll also just add 2 inches for this. So I've marked out each point on my body circumference on this paper, and then I've added 2 inches of allowance, which is what I want. Now I'm going to connect this to each point. So this is what I have, and I'm just going to trim out. So to be able to make the lines the way I would want to make it, I have gone on to mark out 2 inches on beginning from this point, on each point on this. So I'm going to use the 2-inch line to draw a line to meet it at the top. And for the top, to also even make it easy, I could mark out 1 inch for each, since I even have four points down. So this is what this looks like. Now I'll go on to trim up to this point without fully separating it, just so that I can have the space that I want, that I can either pleat this or gather it depending on what I need for this. But before I'm going to do this, I'm going to cut out the one for the back, just so that I don't have to tape this together again. So these are the pieces I'm going to be using for the back. So for this back area, the first thing I'm going to do is mark out 1.5 inch for my zip allowance. So this is the zipper allowance. Then I'm going to place this here. So on this back point now, to make it easy for me, I'm just going to make a mark of where these two patterns meet the back paper, and I'll do the same thing for this side also. So I decided that mine at the back is still going to curve just like this one curve. I don't want to make mine straight at the bottom. So this is what I'm going to do. Then I'm going to connect this together at the back, and then I'm going to mark out the same thing for the back area rather. So I'm just going to mark out the same thing. So for the back point, I want it round on the back, but I want it to come down by 3 inches. So I'll mark out the 3 inches and then connect it with a curved rule. Then I'm just going to make the joints just like I said I would. So to get out this back part majorly, I simply placed this, marked out the points on this, and then of course after drawing out an allowance of 1.5 inch, and then I marked out the points on this and simply drew it out just like how the front own was drawn out. So for this also, I'm going to take out a part of this, just so that the back can sit in and lap just like how I want it to. So automatic, this is going to shift the zip allowance in by this much again. So now I'm just going to trim out these points that I have marked so far. This is for my back pattern, and now I'm just going to trim out the front. So this is how this is going to be. So I'm going to spread this out so that I can, on the material, so that I can pleat it, or I could run gathers on this. So now I'm going to place this on the fabric and cut out what I have traced just like this. So now I'm done cutting, and this is what it all looks like. So I am going to turn this out with the material. So I'm going to turn this out, and then I'll start attaching it to where it should be. Then I'll make the full measurement and use that to cut out the bottom of the dress. So right now I have turned, so this is one front piece, and I have already turned this over. So I stitched this down and just held down the shoulder area so that it is easier for me to deal with this. So I'm going to draw gathers along this part, and then just pull it so that it makes a little bit of puff here um for my breast space. And then I'm going to attach it to this, just so that it looks just like the back piece which I've already attached. This is what the back piece looks like. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to attach it, and then I'm going to draw the gathers, attach it, and then turn over the shoulder area just so it is together. One has been drawn into gathers, so I'm just going to attach it to the waist area that I cut, just like this one that's already been attached, and this is what it looks like. So the other one is going to be on this side to give it that look that it's supposed to have. So guys, I have joined the shoulder like I said I would. I have attached the bottom or the middle part, and then I've even gone ahead to attach a zip to the dress. So this is what it looks like right now, and then now I'm just going to measure this so that I can use it to cut the bottom part of this dress. Now, so once I measure this, for me to be able to cut the bottom part of the dress the way I want it to be, I'm going to multiply it by at least two, yes, to be able to get the full length of what I want this to be. So it depends on the length of your material. You could decide to make yours by 2 or even by 3, depending on how much material you have, but mine will be by 2 because I don't have so much material. Then I'll show you the then once I attach it to the bottom of this, I'll show it again. So right now I've cut the bottom part of the dress, and then I've also gone on to run gathers on it. So for this part, I'm going to just pull the gather so that it is the same, so it is up to the width of the bottom of that dress. So while I have joined the back part of it, I've joined it into two like this. At the same time, I just left this top open so that I can run gathers on both of the sides. So the moment I pull it together, then I will just close it up with a seam and attach it to the bottom of the dress. So now I've attached the bottom of this dress, and this is what it looks like for the front, and then also for the back. So this is what it looks like for both sides. So now I'm about to attach the sleeve for the dress. So now I want to cut out the sleeve for the dress, and I have folded this already into 4 parts, one for each side. I had to join to the bottom just so that the sleeve is long enough. Then I'm going to turn the down and sew it in just so that the bottom is smooth enough. So for the hand, it's going to have an elastic here, and this is how it is going to look. This is how it's going to look. So for now, I just want to cut out the arm area. So when I measure this, I have 9.5, but if I also bend this to get what I want, I'll get more than 9.5, which is what I want for this. So this is going to be the pattern of this of the hand. So for the hand, I'm not going to be shaping it out because, like I mentioned, it's just going to be straight and have this look. So I'm just going to cut out the top area of this hand. This is what I have. Now I'm just going to notch here for the midpoint and split it here. And so this is what I have, and I'm going to attach the elastic to it, so it's just going to gather it up. And to do this, I'm going to measure what I have for my hand. I can do this with a tape, or I can even decide to do this with the elastic itself. So I'm just going to do this, add maybe like a half inch, because I don't want it tight around my hand, which is going to be like the sewing allowance for this. And then I'll just double it and cut out for both of the hands, and then that's what I'll do for. I'll double it, then split it into two for the both hands. Then I'm going to spread this fabric like this, and then just pull it. So I'm going to pin it at this end and pin it at this end. Then I'm going to run it with the machine just like this. So when you free it up, it's going to form that gathers loop. Then I'm just going to join it on this, on the ends here. Of course, that's after I have already bent this end. So right now I've attached the sleeve, and this is what it looks like. This is the elastic I was talking about and how it was going to look. So this is the elastic on the inside of the dress, and this is the hand, this is the sleeve of the dress. So guys, if you like this video, please go ahead and subscribe. Don't forget to give this video a like, and I will see you in the next one. Also, please feel free to leave your comments and questions in the comment section. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.